I have the new Defy Black, which I've had this for a couple weeks. I can't believe I've held about every brand of rod in my career, and I've held $400 and $500 rods, and I've held $20 rods, and this is a $60 rod, which is crazy because it doesn't feel like what you would expect a $60 rod to feel. And as far as this one here that I have is a 7-foot, 1-inch medium heavy, which is, I use a lot of 7.1 to 7'3" medium heavies, but it's got the feel of a much more expensive rod. There's nothing, I hate to use the word cheap, but there's nothing cheap looking about it or feeling about it. And I guide, I'm on the water 300 days a year. And if you want to see if somebody can abuse a rod,
Yeah.
put one in my boat. And these rods just hold up. I mean, I've had this one for 3 weeks now, but my customer today caught several fish on it at Lake Toho on a big Texas rig. But as far as what I've been told, I have a few different of the sizes of them, but it's going to be offered in a wide range of sizes, lengths, and actions. But it's a great feeling rod. I mean, if you're looking for a workhorse rod, $60, I don't see how you could beat this.
Absolutely. Well, one thing that 13 has always focused on, and I think this comes right from the founder of 13, is style.
Mm-hmm.
He is a man who style first, function first, style a very close second. And
the only man in a suit at ICAST.
The only man in a suit.
He's always
at
the
ICAST.
best dressed.
And the best shoes as well. He's always got some
He
great
does
shoes.
have good shoes.
Yeah. So all these rods, even at an aggressive price point, 59 up to 89 on the swim bait series. Beautiful looking rods and huge attention to detail here.
And you said the components and the feel of the rods. I mean, it feels like a much more expensive rod. It looks like a much more expensive rod.
I'm a big fan I like cork handles. Cork handles everybody likes a cork handle, but this style handle has always, the foam grip has always been the excuse my terminology. These feel like this style handle will hold up longer than a cork handle will. Now I have a whole bunch of cork handle rods. I like them, but I'm never disappointed with this style handle. And they didn't skip anything. I mean, the rod, I was surprised when they put it in my hand. They let me use it for a little bit, and then he told me how much it was. And I was a little shocked at the low price tag. But
absolutely. And then what reel do you have? Is that a Concept A you have on there?
Yeah, it's the new A2, which has been completely redesigned. I actually use left-handed reels myself. Hold on, I got to clear there we go. I use left-handed reels myself, but I'm skilled enough or dumb enough to be able to use two hands. So I have been using this reel quite a bit. I used it when we did the video, and it's there's not much that they need to improve on, that in my opinion, on their reels, but they've improved on it. I mean, it's got a deeper spool than the the original Concept A. I think it's a 25% more line capacity, which is awesome. Especially if you're a guy that not everybody wants to throw braid on all the time. You might put 25-pound fluorocarbon on, and with a conventional reel, a lot of times you're not going to have a bunch of it on there because it's naturally thicker. But holding 25% more line, that's always a good thing. I don't like to have to re-spool after I've cut 10 times either. Some of the lighter baits I have, I like to let the spool go down a little bit, especially when I'm putting them in the hands of not so experienced anglers. Sometimes I find it, no matter how well you adjust a reel, if it's spooled all the way to the top, a lot of times they can backlash it. But this is my new favorite reel. I love the cork handles. I've always liked the cork handles on here. That adds, again, the style of 13 fishing, and it's got the that 25-pound Bulldog drag system, which is awesome. I like, down here in Florida, we got a ton of hydrilla, and we got to crank our drag down. And there's just some reels that you can't crank down, far enough to be able to put the drag on them you need to. And this one, you can lock it down if you want.
Absolutely. Yeah, not just some great new baits, Corey, from 13 this year, but also a revamp on some of their core bait casting reels, which Captain Chuck Pippin has taken us through there. Some really cool stuff. Again, elegant design. function first, but some beautiful
and
products.
it's not just, without going into too much detail, they didn't just like, put a number 2 on here and reintroduce the reel. They did it. That's a lot of the stuff on the inside. I mean, you can read about that on their website, or I'm sure you probably have it on Tackle Warehouse. But without going into too much detail, I mean, from what I've been told, this reel's been completely rebuilt from the ground up. So inside and everything. But they're durable. We beat them up down here. I mean,
awesome.
I get people step on them. They get thrown in the water. They get banged in my talons, everything. And I can't take people out on the water and give them stuff that doesn't hold up. So I've been with 13 for about 6 years now, and I don't really want to go anywhere else.
It's pretty. I mean, 13 is a relatively young company compared to, and it's amazing for them to the quality of products they put out and the number of products they put out in such a short time. Like everything they've been doing is they've been killing it since they've been starting it, and the product, the quality, the marketing. I mean, everything they do is they're crushing it over there. I mean,
Well, the thing with 13 is that I've noticed. I've worked with other companies throughout the years, and the thing with the guys at 13 is all of them fish. That you don't see that with every company, but the guys that I know at 13 they didn't come in with like a corporate. They came in from a fishing background. So all the people there, they like to fish, and that when you have people that actually enjoy the industry that they're working in, they're going to produce better products.
Absolutely.
So I fished with several of them, and they're good sticks.
They are good sticks, and I fish with them as well. And that company is a team of not just great anglers, but industry veterans. Longtime veterans, even though most of them aren't over the age of 35 or 40.
Same can be said about some of us here. I mean,
they're skilled beyond their years.
Yeah. Sure. No. Well, hey. Before we let you go, I've got a fishing question for you. I fish Toho almost every year this week for ICAST while we're there.
Right.
And I fished for years with the late, great Glenn Brown. How is the fishing on Toho right now?
It's better than it normally is because the water's not as hot as it typically is this time of year. We started out with 84-degree water temperatures today, and I think we ended the day at about 1 o'clock with 87-degree water temperature. And it's typically, well into the 90s this time of year. Our water's up. We got beautiful hyacinths growing all over the lake. And we didn't catch anything big today. One of my buddies fishing next to me, they caught a 7.6. We had a bunch of fat 2 to 3 pounders though. And the fish are pretty active. The lake is probably the healthiest I've seen it in several years. So it is hot though. Don't get me wrong, it's hot.
Yeah, and the guys are telling me in the back that you just had a saltwater fishing trip with a couple of big names, right?
Yeah.
Who were you fishing with?
Who was I just fishing with?
Yeah, they were saying you just went to the Keys.
Yeah, some guy you may not have heard of him is a Scott Martin guy. He has this little 42-foot boat that's barely big enough for down there.
Yeah.
And Brad, who else was I with?
Castledine, maybe, or
what's that?
Was Castledine with you guys too, or is that
Castledine and Brad Hallman, and of course Billy Messer. Billy Got Bass was down there.
Oh man.
And Sammy, the captain, and his mate, they're great. But that boat was phenomenal. I've been down to the Keys with Scott several times, but it's been a while.
How was the fishing down there?
It was great. I mean, we those were 2 of the longest days I've ever spent on the water. We left at 7-something in the morning, and we didn't return till well after dark both nights. And everything was closed, so we sat around his property there and ate pizza. But it was not a whole lot of seriousness with that crew going on. I mean, it's pretty hard to maintain a straight face. But we caught some mahi the first day. We did something that most of us, including Scott, had never done. We tried to go catch some swordfish, and that was like 30 miles out and 1,700 feet of water. And we hooked one the first day, and we think a big shark took it off. So we went back for redemption the second day. No swordfish, but we made it up catching some giant, 30-pound blackfin tuna, which was pretty awesome.
That is pretty
and
awesome.
we got a good dusky shark, and I hooked a big amberjack that we think a big mako or something came and ate it off the line. So it was a blast.
Wow.
That's actually my kind of fishing. Sun up to sundown, hanging out, BSing all day long.
Yeah.
We need to get a hold of Scott maybe and see if we can get a tackle warehouse trip out there and
Oh yeah,
fishing.
yeah.
Florida.
Scott, calling you out, bud.
What's that?
I'm calling Scott out to make it happen.
Oh yeah, I know how to get a hold of him.
Yeah.
Let's put his phone number up on the screen.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Run across.
No, we won't do that.
Yeah. Well, hey, Chuck, thank you so much for your time today. I know you're just off the water. You're probably ready for a shower and a cold drink. But
I smell worse than that bait does right now.
Yeah. Thanks for making it happen for us on short notice today and taking us through those great new 13 fishing products.
All right, I appreciate it. Take care.
You have a good day, sir.
Thanks, Chuck.